Tonight, this is Kyle, your host, the Iron Knight. Welcome to this episode of Talk Nerdy TV. I am your host, Kyle, with my special guest, John Johansson of Quarantine Media.
Yo.
Tonight, we're talking about video game movies and shows. Are they the next big thing? I say yes.
It's hard to say the next big thing, but studios will keep throwing video games at the wall because they're a tested market. There's tons of gamers in the world, and they want to see this, and they want to make the lightning strike again with the comic book movies, which again is another franchise that they throw against the wall every couple of decades to see what sticks. And right now, nerd culture has exploded.
We rule this world. Anyways, and as you said, it pops up. It pops up every decade or so. Well, in this case, my memory of 2 decades, with things like Street Fighter and Mario back in the 80s and early 90s. You know, those gems.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, man, that was a great movie.
Of course.
But with the success of with the latest successes of The Witcher on Netflix, Detective Pikachu, and Sonic the Hedgehog, it's looking like we're finally getting good movies based off games.
Well, and I'm glad you bring up Sonic, because that is the quintessential example of the fan base affecting what's going on and making a difference in these games. And honestly, if the studio had released the original, I think we'd be done with video game movies for another few years.
Oh yeah. How's that make you feel? A bunch of nerds bullied a major corporation.
Well, you know me, I'm a bit of an anarchist, so I'm all for bullying the corporate and the government. So keep it up, nerds.
You must have been really behind that whole thing with GameStop.
That was amazing. Oh my gosh, I loved that.
But yeah, on Netflix we had an amazing gaming series, The Witcher, with I always get it. I always botch his last name, Henry Cavill.
I think it's Cavill.
Superman.
Yep.
The Witcher was an amazing series. Got a little Game of Thronesy for me though.
I'm not gonna lie, I know next to nothing about The Witcher. I've not played any of the games. I've not watched the show, but I can watch him get in and out of that bathtub on GIF. You know.
I'm not your friend.
Oh, really? Oh, you usually just let strangers rub chamomile onto your lovely bottom.
Yeah. We now know who your man crush is.
One of them.
Yeah. But things I have learned lately is sticking on Netflix. It turns out that Netflix has the TV rights to the Assassin's Creed.
Oh, that's a risky one, given how bad the movie bombed.
Well, something I've said for years: games should never be made into movies unless it's an original story, like with Halo's Forward Unto Dawn.
Oh yeah, I think trying to adapt the story that's already been in a video game is a non-starter. I agree with you there. And I mean, we've seen it. We've seen it with. Oh, I had an example and my brain just quit on me.
But I'm actually. I like the idea of a game being made into a TV series because of the episodic nature of levels, and with games being so cinematic now. So I have right here in front of me a list of games being. One or two of them is a rumor because I can't confirm, but the rest of them have basically been confirmed. We have Halo getting its own series at last, and that's been in limbo for the last
like
years.
You've mentioned the Halo films. I mean, they haven't been like Oscar worthy, but they have been solid, entertaining movies.
Oh yeah,
that's the one where he like single-handedly takes on the hunter, right? Where even with the now it's definitely dated, but the iffy CGI, it was still awesome to watch.
But yeah, the Halo series has been in limbo for the last 6 or 7 years, so we're finally getting that. It's coming out next year.
And that might bode well, because that's just kind of how Halo projects go. Like, they get an idea, it gets announced, and then gets shelved for years. Halo Wars, that's what happened with that. The movies we've been talking about, that's what happened with them. And so it might just be, it needs to be in the Microsoft slow cooker for a while.
Other shows that have been confirmed are things like Twisted Metal.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. If it is not, TVMA restricted viewing, then it's not going to be a Twisted Metal movie or show.
It needs to be Mad Max on steroids.
Oh, and there have been some interesting rumors about who's going to be in that and what roles they're going to play. Will Arnett was rumored to be in it.
Yeah, he has Sweet Tooth.
Yeah, which if there's an actor who can pull it off, I think he's right in there. And he's got the comedic chops, but he also
has the intimidating Batman factor.
Yeah, I've got 7 abs.
We also have with Amazon, we're getting Fallout,
which I am stoked for.
I am so excited.
You know me, anything post-apocalyptic after the world ends, I am right there. Yeah, we still got to build you the whole suit.
I can't reach the plasma pistol from here.
Yeah, we've done some Fallout videos, and
link down below for our for NPCs.
And now that I'm back to losing weight, I wouldn't mind refilming that one so that we're not seeing the wasteland.
Oh, come on, the gut was funny.
Oh, I wish I felt the same way. But again, Fallout's one of my favorite series. I love the lore. I love everything about it. And so to see an actual studio getting behind this, and
it's the same studio who gave us The Boys.
Oh man, The Boys. I still haven't watched it.
Oh, it's good.
Just because I know how brutal and adult themed the comics were, and so I've got an infant at home, so I never have any time to watch TV by myself. So
another series that's actually getting made. Everyone right now with the actor from The Mandalorian. I don't know his name.
Pedro Pascal.
Yes, Pedro Pascal. He has been confirmed to play Joel in the HBO series The Last of Us, based off the game of the same name. I personally, the one thing I am truly looking forward to in this movie, this series, one of those words, is the clickers.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential for creativity, and I hope there's a lot of practical props, practical effects, because it'd be easy to do CGI. But like I tell anybody, I'm like, a Last of Us movie would be wasted because it's already a movie you play, so I think the episodic nature and the slow burn you can have with a series will get a lot of people interested in it.
It gives more time to get to know the characters of people like me. I've never played it because I don't have a PlayStation.
Yeah, that's it being exclusive. I actually played it on a buddy's PlayStation. That's the only reason I got to play it. Given, that they actually did real world research onto fungus that actually does this phenomenon. Yeah, cordyceps, where it'll take over an insect and changes behavior. Some of them make them go into the hive to infect more. Some of them make them find high spaces so the spores will spread farther. It's very interesting, and I think you could do some really interesting and cool things in, let's be honest, right now we're in genre fatigue from zombies. I just heard the other day Walking Dead is still going. I'm like, who is still watching The Walking Dead?
They just announced that 6 more episodes, like 6 more new episodes.
And I love zombie stuff. Like I was watching it. I was right there with Walking Dead. Fear the Walking Dead a little less. I never got into that one, but
yeah. But I got things right now. I've been looking at the Dead Rising series again because I missed just playing the game and getting the zombie kill count in the corner. I just remembered that Dead Rising actually had a movie.
Yeah.
It was called Dead Rising Watchtower. It was a tie-in between 2 and 3.
Interesting.
Had actually had a pretty good cast for what it was. This one's a rumor. I can't confirm this one, but there is talk of Resident Evil getting a reboot series that's gonna be closer to the games.
That is, I'm not sure about the series or movie, but it is definitely on the horizon. It hasn't been officially announced, but there's a lot of casting call stuff going out that fits the bill. That's the list you gave me. I'm trying to think of.
Here, we've talked about.
Uncharted.
That's right. Tom Holland, I think,
Tom Holland, and we talked about this a little bit the other day. I'm not sure if it was with you or with John Doe, but it's interesting that they chose a much younger actor than Nathan Drake is portrayed in the video games.
But this gives an opportunity for a franchise.
Well, and in the video games, there's a lot of flashback to stories that we don't know. So my guess is that the series is going to be the previous adventures, the stuff that they allude to or do flashbacks to in the video games.
If they would have come out with this movie 10, 15 years ago, hands down, it would have been Nathan Fillion.
Oh yeah, it probably should still be Nathan Fillion. Let's be honest.
Well, in a fan film. He actually got casted in a fan film to play the character. I'll send you a link. I'll also post it down below on this. A movie I recently saw. Stupidest thing I ever saw, but it was amazing. Willy's Wonderland.
I saw an ad for that, and oh my gosh, the ad itself blew my mind. I'm like, this is a movie I have to see. One, because I'm a huge fan of Nicolas Cage, both ironically and unironically a fan of Nicolas Cage. And honestly, him punching something and somehow involving a bear costume, I'm all for it. Wicker Man, he's dressed in a bear costume, punches. This one, he punches an animatronic bear. I'm okay with this.
Clearly it's a reference to Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh yeah, straight parody of Five Nights at Freddy's, which in and of itself is a bit of a parody of some of the other stuff, like the Banana Splits, which got its own parody movie. And
for my subscribers, you probably remember a couple months ago I did my top 7 video games I would like to see done as movies. Number 2 was Five Nights at Freddy's.
You know, I'm just not a horror fan. Like,
it's not scary at all.
I know, but if very early on in the quarantine media, when I joined in, John Doe just loved putting me in front of horror games and just scaring the living crap out of me. I freaking hate them. So, like, you go watch your horror movie, but if it's got Nicolas Cage and I know it's going to be funny, I am all there. But like, I think with anything else, if you have a group of dedicated, talented people who are taking the material seriously, the audience seriously, and their craft seriously, you're going to end up with a good movie. Period. I mean, there's some stuff in there that, you can get studios that just don't have the budget. And you get some bad stuff. But I think, again, not a video game example, but Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Evolution, which is technically not a Dragon Ball Z movie. It's a Dragon Ball movie, the original. It didn't respect the source material. And you can get awesome people, like all of the actors in that movie.
The actor who played Goku, he went out, he watched the series, he went and bought all the manga.
Oh yeah, like I like the actors, like the cast of that movie I like. But it was just such a poorly put together movie because the writer or director or someone involved just didn't understand the source material. And so they couldn't balance the goofy 1960s style humor with the action scene that we were all wanting to see.
But in closing, I say video games are going to be the next big thing. We're getting some good stuff now, and
Yeah.
everything continues the way it is. We're going to get some really cool stuff over the next decade.
Yep. The studios are taking us seriously. The material can range from kid friendly to overly adult. Uh, and so I think there's a niche for everybody. And with a little bit of effort, not even a lot of effort, a minimum amount of effort, we can get some seriously cool media coming from video games.
She's just giving me the dirty look.
Yep.
Okay.
She's getting that death stare down.
Well, I'm Kyle with Iron Knight Cinema. Thank you for joining me, John.
Yep. I'm John IRL from Quarantine Media. Check us out and have a good night.